Sounds better. Although I don't think there's any game sound. There isn't. Hang on. Let me try restarting the game, because there's no sound for some reason. Ugh. This game always takes forever to restart. Well, anyway, happy Easter, everybody. Okay, so sound is definitely working in general. Just Tooth and Tail is being a bitch. It still says the game's running, but it's not. Okay, what if we upload... Okay, I'm gonna click on that and click cancel. No, Tooth and Tail isn't running. Why do you think it is? It's not on Task Manager. I tried. Like, it's actually not there. Okay. I've turned it off and on again. The problem is it won't turn off. Anyway, now Steam needs to update for reasons. At least the overlay works, more or less. It's really bothering me that the fucking numbers aren't remotely level. That's better. But frankly, after the day I had trying to get it to work, I was just like, fuck it. As long as it's there. I've turned the task manager. Don't worry, Steam's updating. Steam's here. Okay. We're launching the game. Bit of a rough start, but It'll all work out in the end. Hopefully. There we go. Now hopefully they didn't start off right away. Haru and Jacoby, I think we're finishing that off tonight. Or at least that's what I've been told. Should switch the names. I can't switch the names. Oh. Oh shit. It's Blue Coon. I got Mishi and Lego Man. Fuck. Hold on. There we go. With that update. Yes. Worked. Alright. I think we're actually good to go. So, Pro, I mean, you get what you pay for. Alright. Blue Coon versus Araloo. Time to go. I was just letting the hype build. Okay, so what we got? Araloo, Squirrel Mole, Falcon, Cam, Wolf. He still hasn't picked his final unit. He was Blue Coon. I mean, okay. This stuff is trickier than it looks, alright? I get there in the end. Sort of. Mostly. Apart from emotes, which are still not working, but that's beside the point. Are we gotta go? Blue Coon's randoming. I don't know if that's his actual strategy. Blue Coon can make random decks work. Araloo's a very one deck played to perfection type. I haven't streamed I haven't streamed since Monday. I've got the emotes, I just don't know how to make them work. I've got the emotes, they just won't upload. But anyway, here we go. Squirrel, Toad, Cam, Snake, Owl, Mine against Squirrel, Mole, Falcon, Cam, Wolf, Mine. Okay. So, about half and half on the deck comp. Definitely a better map for Araloo. It's harder for Blue Coon to sort of expand to a third. I mean, he can take this base, but Araloo can just shoot it from up on this high ground, so he's probably not going to want to do that. So, looks like Blue Coon's just going to be building owls as his in-game strategy. We got some moles coming out. I think Blue Coon's seen it. Oh, sells double. Trying to clean my glasses, but I've just made them much worse. Oh! And Araloo goes back. Doesn't put down farms, puts down more warrens. He's going really aggressive. Now, Blue Coon scouts it, and he has got one warren up already. So I don't think Araloo will be able to push on him. If you made all tier 1 warrens like... I don't know, maybe. I think lizards would definitely be really powerful. But only took 20 seconds to get 2 lizards. Okay, here we go. First engagement. Pretty small potatoes, just a handful of squirrels. But Blue Coon is winning it. He manages to just pick off that retreating squirrel. So Araloo is behind on economy due to getting his farms down later. Now, I've lost the first engagement, so he needs to... So what does Araloo do in this position? So far it looks like he's just expanding. He's not lost completely, but he is falling behind. He needs to take a win, otherwise this value Blue Coon's getting is just going to add up. So both players have mines for some reason on these high grounds, just to ward off attacks, I suppose. Both players going for chameleons. This is Araloo's chance to catch up. He's putting down an extra couple of farms. He's got some time while Blue Coon's commander's dead. Although Araloo returns a favour. Yeah. Okay. So we finally see a bit of diversion, where Blue Coon is going for snakes, whereas Araloo just goes for some extra farms and squirrels. Okay, now double cams. So 12 tier 1, 2 tier 2 from each player. We got the gentle predict of Blue to win 4-3. I don't know who I expect to win this. Blue Coon. You see Blue Coon on ladder a lot less, but he always plays well when he comes out. Just a bit of poking done. Blue Coon going to retreat at the moment, not going to commit. More mines going down for Araloo. Okay, sells them, but could have possibly got away. He's putting down a lot of moles. I wonder if Araloo is planning on attacking soon. I mean, mole squirrel is a fairly good counter to snakes. They should do alright against the chameleons. I think once Blue Coon gets these toads out, if he can get some good toad connections, I mean, Araloo's in real trouble. Between the moles and the cams can both take a lot of damage. It's easy to get good toad connections on them. And Araloo's selling more farms, not willing to risk getting these turns up. Here comes a big engagement. The toads don't do much. These cams are right onto Blue Coon snakes. Smack them down instantly. And that is a pretty decisive win for Araloo. I mean, Blue Coon snakes were just so far forward there that Araloo's chameleons decloaked on top of them. And even though they had the same number of chameleons, Araloo's chameleons were actually tanking. He had a line of fire behind them, whereas Blue Coon didn't. Blue Coon had his units too clumped up together. Okay. Araloo, off the back of that win, decides to go for tier 3. So far, the economy's pretty even. Oh! Araloo sells tier 3, but Blue Coon puts his tier 3 down. So I wonder why Araloo decides to sell. Did he see the tier 3? He didn't see the tier 3. He knows he can defend. Okay, what's he going to see here? He sees one owl. He hasn't seen the second. This, getting 2 tier 3s out at the same time is a big commitment of resources, but Blue Coon's got a lot of mines here. He might be able to make it work, but Araloo's going to come in with the moles and just clear those out. Okay, so the moles are gone. These falcons are doing a lot of damage, but it looks like... Oh no! The chameleons stayed up slightly longer for Blue Coon, but now the chameleons just... The falcons never got shot down, and now without the chameleons to tank, Blue Coon can't muster up enough to kill any of these. He's sold one of the owl warrens, he's got 1 owl building, but that's not going to be enough if he can't shoot up. The mill goes down and Blue Coon surrenders. The rest of his warrens weren't far behind there. So that's going to be game 1 to Araloo. Now which one is that? It's this one. So yeah, Araloo's just really good at timings. He knows when to attack. He just has a knack for doing it at the perfect opportune moment. Now, is that score going to update? We'll see. Okay, Blue Coon changing up his deck a bit. In fact, we've got almost identical decks here. Squirrel Toad, Falcon Cam, Wolf Mine against Squirrel Mole, Falcon Cam, Wolf Mine. So almost identical apart from the toads and the moles. Why isn't this updated? I have updated it. There it is. It finally worked. Okay. Araloo, is he going to get this? He does get that pig. Blue Coon tried to hold on, but didn't work out. And he lost the full 60 food. Araloo won. Oh, Jesus, I put on... Fucking hell. What's wrong with me? Alright. Here we go. Araloo slightly ahead. Taking an earlier expansion. It's not that late. Thank you, Ziggy. Nice to have some support. Where do we go from here? Blue Coon pretending to rally. I don't think Araloo's falling for it though. Possibly just to buy time. I don't know if Araloo saw those mines being built. I don't think he did. But he'll probably suspect some mines to be there anyway. You know, if he's switched on, it is easy to forget about mines when you've got a lot of other stuff to think about. When you're thinking about timings and trying to calculate the food totals on each side and microing and trying to organize your army in the right position, it's pretty easy to let mines slip your mind. Those decks are nearly identical. I think the toads are probably better than the moles, but that didn't turn out to be the case last time, so who knows. And that might just be my anti-mole bias showing. So far, both playing very similarly. Blue Coon, slightly behind, just starting to build his chameleons, but whereas Aralu's already got one out. Also behind on farms. Okay, he's going for a second chameleon warren, rather than go for extra farms, but... Aralu is a whole 3 farms ahead. Yeah, Blue Coon. I was wondering if Blue Coon was going to sell some tier 1, and he does. I think he's got time to rebuild it before the fight starts. So, looking at the rest of this map, Aralu is taking this 3rd base. It's not the safest, but I mean, if he gets this 3rd base, it's very easy to shut Blue Coon out of this 3rd base. And there's only 3 bases apiece on this map, so Aralu can get a serious advantage here just for expanding first. Toads can't... Toads have structure crit. They hit buildings pretty hard. And the toads hit the moles a lot harder than the moles hit the toads. Okay. Blue Coon trying to do some cam shenanigans. There is a mine field here he's got to be wary about. Oh, and we've got our first tier 3 going down the wolf, but Blue Coon sells it once it gets scouted. Aralu didn't see the scout. And now Blue Coon's considering more chameleon shenanigans. Has he seen Aralu put down the wolf? He hasn't. I think what he wants to do is move in. Oh. Oh, are these chameleons getting away? They are just. They would have only got a farm that was fallowing out anyway, so they wouldn't have actually got anything, but good to keep your opponent on the toes. So Blue Coon is, you know, playing a bit of mind games here. He wants Aralu to go into the tier 3, invest a lot of resources there, while he swaps out and just puts it into more army. Now the wolf is supply blocked, so it's going to be even later for the wolf to get up. Looks like there's a fight brewing. The wolf is finally paid for by Aralu. Blue Coon meanwhile is trying to expand. I think Blue Coon might be making a mistake by not attacking before this wolf gets up, but he still doesn't know about it. I assumed the reason he sold was because he expected the wolf to be put down, but maybe he sold because he expected Aralu to punish him by pushing in instead. Looks like Blue Coon wants to push. He's microing his toads. He wants to get some good hits here. Pulls him in. Hard to tell how good those were from behind the mill, but it looks like it was solid enough, as now the chameleons are able to get onto the squirrels, and Blue Coon still has all his falcons up. Aralu manages to pull out 1 falcon, but Aralu is taking some heavy losses here, and this wolf is useless if it doesn't have any units to buff. The wolf is out though. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it will be. It's got nothing but pigs to buff at the moment. Aralu's lost his main mill. Finally some tier 2 comes up, but Aralu is in starvation. He's going to clear this up. Just. But Blue Coon is still pushing, and Blue Coon has 9 more farms. And Aralu has to sell so many warrens. Aralu lost all his tier 1 warrens, so he's having to sell his really valuable tier 2 just to get another mill going. Okay, he's going to go for Blue Coon's 3rd. There's still quite a while before this mill is entirely fallowed, so Blue Coon isn't in any danger of starving. Meanwhile, Araloo is on a base that's already half mined out. Okay, Blue taking another fight. This one not actually going as well for him. In fact, Araloo actually wins that fight. Whitehand, not without losses. He did lose all his chameleons, but he won. He's not able to push in though. His Falcon is on 1 health and he doesn't want to risk losing them. So what's he going to sell? He sells some tier 1. He sells a chameleon one. Can Araloo make this comeback happen? He survived long enough for Blue Coon to start fallowing. Blue Coon's down to 4 farms now rather than 9. And Blue Coon doesn't have the 3rd base up. If Araloo can take another win like that, but that's a big ask. Araloo can't rebuild. Like, a big deal there was having the 4 chameleons, and Araloo just doesn't have enough money to rebuild. He loses his pig instantly, and there, the 1 chameleon is nowhere near as good as 4. And Blue Coon takes it up to 1 apiece. Not gonna update. I mean, sacrificing toads is sort of what they're for. I don't know if it's a particularly unique strategy. Okay, so here we go. Same decks. Still just toad for the moles as the only difference. Another, Okay, both players can expand to 1 base fairly easily. The tricky part is going for a 3rd, because these are the 2 thirds right next to each other. I think it's probably Blue Coon favoured, because his is on the high ground, but it's so close to Araloo's high ground that it barely matters. But these mills are closer to Blue Coon's base than they are to Araloo's, so I'd expect... I think Blue Coon's got a slight advantage on this map. Not huge, but definitely there. Okay, fast expansion coming out from both players. You don't need the sound, gent. I mean, there's no point in me telling you it, but it's in the chat. It's not something I said. Something Mishi said. Well, Mishi, there wasn't much else to talk about. Both players just ecoing up, playing pretty standard. Are they running same decks? Almost, yeah. Just Blue Coon has toads, whereas Araloo's got moles. That's the only difference. Toads versus moles, but everything else is exactly the same. Okay, Araloo going for a few more, going for 1 extra farm. Blue Coon going for quicker tier 2. I expect, yep. They still go for... Blue Coon fills out his farms while Araloo goes for the tier 2, so they're going for the same stuff, just in slightly different orders. Yeah, same decks as last game. Blue Coon still looking for some way to get his chameleons to pick off some value. I think Toads are better versus Cams and Moles. Okay, here we go. This chameleon, oh, nearly gets away. On the old patch, that chameleon would be alive, but their recloak time got elevated, so it actually dies. It does take a farm, so it's 60 food for 60 food, and because Araloo has to rebuild the farm, it's more like 60 food for 80 food. But yeah, you can see the patch in action there. The lost income time is about 20 seconds, which is why I say 60 to 80. Oh, here we go. This chameleon just getting ganged up on. Completely outnumbered. Blue Coon's chameleons were very late to that party. He had the army, he just didn't have it all together. So many of his chameleons were still over here, just climbing out of their pits. And now Araloo goes for the wolf. We saw the wolf get some serious value last game. Wasn't enough to bring it back, but there's enough to make us think that maybe it could. As long as Araloo has an actual army this time, should completely crush Blue Coon. Okay, Blue Coon going with another chameleon raid. Decloaking into Araloo's chameleons. It is surprising Blue Coon went in with so few chameleons. We didn't just wait for the extra 10 seconds. Like, it's this is all roaded, so it's pretty quick, the reinforcement time, despite being a relatively long distance. Okay, Blue Coon has now scouted the wolf, but the wolf is already nearly halfway built, so he doesn't have a lot of time to adjust his strategy. Araloo's getting a lot of falcons up. Blue Coon's putting down a ton of mines. They might not all get up though. All but one. Oh, and look, there's this Araloo mine right on the end of all of Blue Coon's mines. It's a spy mine. It's mine camouflage. I think the problem with Araloo just going cams is that he could possibly lose to... well, for a start, Blue Coon has falcons. Second of all, the mines and the toads will do pretty significant damage to the chameleons, no matter how buffed up they are. So I don't think it's wrong for Araloo to go for falcons, even though chameleons are really strong with a wolf buff. Okay, Blue Coon isn't here. He needs to get back. This mill is going to go down before he's got time to rally his army. He loses all of the mill tanking benefits. He's sending in his toads, getting in some pretty big hits. He's focusing down the falcons. This is going very well for Blue Coon. He kills the wolf completely. Oh my god, what a wash. How did that go so well? I think the answer lies in toads. There were quite a few toads, and all of Araloo's units were clumped up on this side of the mill as they walked round. There was some fantastic toad hits. Chameleons just got evaporated. I think it was the toads. The toads and the mines, just between them, just completely evaporated anything on Aralu's side that was meant to tank, and then he was just left with a handful of tier 1 and his glass cannon falcons. And Blue Coon takes game number 2. The wolf not working out for Aralu so far. Will he change it up? Nope. Aralu never really changes his deck. Blue Coon has his try-hard deck, but he will change it if he feels like it's not working. Yeah, toads are actually a thing. Toads are pretty powerful. Blue has put his wolf down a couple of times, but he's never actually left it long enough to get out. Yeah, toads are definitely better the bigger the army gets. Especially with chameleons. Against 1 or 2 chameleons, the toads aren't worth that much, but once you get to 4 and above, toads start really doing some big damage. Oh, Blue Coon, what you doing here? I think he's going to try and get this farm to build. Oh, but he chickens out. Well, I think toads are also quite good. I think toads are kind of a soft counter to wolf. Because, I mean, anything that does burst damage can really lower the wolf army's total DPS quite quickly. The wolf doesn't buff their health, right? So anything that does big explosion damage is still basically just as good. And arguably even better, because so much of their army relies on there being stuff for the wolf to buff. It's not like a badger or a fox or an owl where you have to kill the tier 3 itself. You just have to kill the stuff around it. And toads are all really good at that. I mean, not Wolf Falcon, Lego Man, but kind of. It's not, you know, it's more of a guideline than a rule, but in my experience, wolf armies tend to suffer when running into toads, especially because the increased speed of the wolf buff units makes it quite hard to actually pull your units back before the toads hit them, unless you're just full on retreating. Okay, so far, both expanding, both getting out chameleons. Blue Coon. Oh yeah, skunks instead of cams would be different. Skunks are really good at dealing with toads now. But they only need to survive long enough to kill themselves. Also, because wolf buff skunks cover so much area, cover such a wide area with gas so quickly, that the toads find it very hard to actually get in and deal and, you know, kill themselves. That chameleon just died, by the way. I don't know why Blue Coon stopped rallying. He probably thought it was okay. But chameleons really can only kill the toads by running right up to them, whereas a skunk can stand quite far away, cover about 4 tiles in gas, run back 2 steps quickly, cover an extra 4 tiles in gas, and by that point the toads are already dead. And the skunks have also put damage onto any other tier 1, because the gas spreads out so quickly with wolf buff skunks. It's a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so Araloo taking his campfire. Blue Coon taking a 3rd base. But taking a base that's more out of the way. Bit of a double-edged sword. Less likely Araloo scouts it, but if he does scout it, it's easier for Araloo to punish. And I think Araloo's smart enough that if he comes here and sees that this mill hasn't been taken, he'll probably just scout this one, just to make sure. So if I was Blue Coon, I might consider just dropping 60 food here, just as a decoy. But look, here we go. Araloo, he runs straight up here. He sees that this mill hasn't been taken. There's no tier 3 down. He makes a logical conclusion that Blue Coon's got an extra base, just hidden away. Okay, so we can see ships passing in the night here as the chameleons completely walk past each other. More mines going down for Blue Coon. More moles coming up for Araloo. Okay, here come the moles. Moles come first. Mines do some damage. The toads come in. This time they don't get such good connection, but with squirrels and falcons behind, they did well enough that Blue Coon's able to chase off that attack. Whew, this deck isn't working out for Araloo. These toads are being a real nuisance for him. And now, Blue Coon's... Okay, Araloo's got the 2 farms, so he's on 11. Blue Coon is only 2 farms ahead. It's not insurmountable. The mines are getting quite a lot of work done as well. Can't deny it, but the mines and the toads together, I mean, a lot of Araloo's army is just blowing up before the fight really starts. Okay, now it's 1 farm ahead. Okay. Blue Coon taking another mill. This is rough for Araloo because he's really going to struggle to take this space at all. So he's basically on his last 8 farms now. Well, I guess last 10 because he's got the campfires. Last 11 because he's got this one as well. But the point remains, Araloo's going to struggle with economy in the ways that Blue Coon isn't. Because Blue Coon's still got 4 farms here to put down and 8 farms here. Whereas Araloo, this is all the economy Araloo is going to have for the rest of the game. It's only going downhill from here. So, he needs to get something big done. And more toads coming up for Blue Coon, more squirrels as well. Okay, is this mill going to take some damage? Maybe, but probably not enough. There's still so many falcons and cams up for Blue Coon. This combination for Araloo just isn't working out. The moles aren't able to do anything. You can see with the drop-off of the army value on the army graph, the way it just plummets straight down, that these toads are getting huge value. Araloo needs to figure something out, as Blue Coon is now on match point. Will he stick with the deck, or will he finally change it up? Oh, he changes it up slightly. He drops the moles for his own toads. If you can't beat them, join them. And now we have exactly the same decks playing each other. So, Squirrel, Toad, Falcon, Cam, Wolf, Mine. What do you do to beat this deck? Because that's what Araloo really needs. I think the answer is probably take skunks instead of chameleons. Skunk Falcon probably beats the toads. He's then got the problem of how to deal with the chameleon falcon, which does beat Skunk Falcon. Maybe Toad Skunk? Squirrel, Toad, Falcon, Skunk. Or you could maybe go for a Badger. That could possibly be good. It would struggle against Mass Falcon, but it should deal with a Toad Chameleon combo pretty well. Okay. This might be the meta. It's a pretty solid all-around deck. But there's surely some way to counter it. Although Araloo hasn't figured it out. Okay, so Blue Coon going with some early aggression. Slamming down a couple of Warrens with his 7 farms. Blocking his units. But he's got several out and he's avoided the mine. So he's actually going to pick off a farm. And he's 2 farms ahead already. Even while even while he went for 5 farm double, he still managed to get up to 8 farms in a pretty respectable time. This is looking really bad for Araloo. Like, that's basically as good as early aggression can go. 3 squirrel aggression, where you get an extra Warren, an extra 2 farms, and kill your opponent's farm. Like, that's ridiculously good value. Okay, Araloo is going to try and eco up maybe. Both players are expanding. Araloo needs something to catch up. And it's not going to put him in a good place psychologically. You know, having come off the back of 3 losses, and needing a 3-game comeback to suffer like that in the first minute is going to rattle a few nerves. Okay, Blue Coon thinking about coming in. Doesn't as of yet. Sells a Warren, so he can put down his tier 2. You know, a part of me wonders if a really turtle-heavy deck would be good against this. You know, something with a lot of balloons. Something like Balloon Arty Cannon. The triple defense deck that I run sometimes. I wonder if that would work. Guess it would only work. Cam Falcon can overwhelm that though. So it'd only work if you could cut off the map. Or if you took Fox with it. Okay. Blue Coon coming in, and he's going to get at least one farm here. He gets another farm and gets away. Blue Coon's Aralu's army on the wrong side of the mill. This is looking very good for Blue Coon. Both players going for a third mill. There are a lot of mills on this map, so this game can get taken very long. Maybe long enough that these occasional pickoffs don't end up mattering too much. Right, so the army value has just evened out. Economically, Aralu is sneaking ahead. But finally, we see Blue Coon go for the tier 3. Aralu also going for Wolf. Does he have enough army to hold though? He's had to sell down. And he's put extra money into farms. Put a lot of extra money into farms. Can he hold? He's got a fairly... That's a pretty substantially weaker army. Okay. Blue Coon's Wolf is already building. It's a full minute ahead of Aralu's Wolf. Can Aralu hold on till his Wolf gets created? And look at these are such brazen mines. But Aralu hasn't seen them. Those mines could really spell disaster for Aralu. Okay, Aralu's Wolf is nearly here. But it looks like Blue Coon's getting ready to move in. He's secured an extra base. Instead, he's just going to buff up his eco. Okay, we're getting to the points where the players aren't really going to have much choice but to fight. Aralu's going to need to take another base, and it's going to put him right up against Blue Coon. I swear these mines are going to cause such damage to Aralu's army. He has no idea they're there. He's just going to run straight into them. Aralu is actually ahead in army. And it's not the mines making the difference, as the mine count is even. But Blue Coon just has a bunch of tier 2 coming out now. Aralu staying ahead just a bit. These players are determined to not fight each other. The mines go off, and that could be game deciding. as Bluku chases Araloo in while Araloo's army is weakened. And that settles it. I told you that deck would... I told you those fucking mines would be trouble. Bluku takes it. 4-1. And quite a surprising result. I mean, Araloo's a really strong player. I said the mine would, I said those mines would be a complete disaster for Araloo. Okay, gentlemen, I remember you saying 4-3, not 4-1. So, you're still off by 2 games. Okay. Okay, next game. Hopefully the overlay is updating. Okay. Legoman versus Mishi. I don't know if I've ever seen this matchup before. I'll be interested to see how this goes. Alright, Mishi versus Legoman. I mean, Mishi's always been a really good player, and Mishi's always been top tier, and I've underestimated him a few times in this tournament so far. Legoman has been around for quite a while, but I feel like he's really stepped up in the last, I don't know, year, few months. The thing is, I play Legoman quite a lot. I'm familiar with his play style, and I know that he's got a favourable win rate against me, but you know, I can still take a fair few games off him. I don't know if that's the case with Mishi. I haven't played Mishi in such a long time. Here we go. We got Squirrel Pigeon, Falcon Skunk, Snake Wolf against Squirrel Lizard, Cam Snake, Wolf Wire. I'll be honest, if I was given these decks and told to pick whose was whose, I'd probably say the red deck was Legoman, simply because it has a barbed wire, which is which I've always considered Legoman's signature unit. because he was using it when no one else was and making it work. But he seems to have dropped barbed wire a bit, at least more consistently, since it got buffed, which is fairly odd. He still brings it out occasionally, but it used to be every game. So, you know, still some similarities between the decks. There's snake, wolf, squirrel, but the other half is very different. I think the lizards will be really good for Mishi. Legoman's deck is very tier 2 heavy, which lizard snake is great at killing. The wolf for Legoman, in fact, I mean, the more I look at Mishi's deck, the better it looks, because Legoman doesn't have an easy way to deal with the barbed wire. He's got no moles, he's got no cams. Mishi going for quick snakes. The one thing Legoman does have going for him is a synergy between the 3 tier 2s. But I don't think that's going to be enough. I think lizards should just completely overrun that. Okay, Legoman trying to punish this quick snake. I don't know if he'll be able to. His commander's going to go down. And this pig just survives. So Legoman is not only out-teched, but he is behind by 2 squirrels now. He's building his own snake, but will it be up in time? The snake is already here. Okay, he's got his snake. He needs to keep the snake alive. And he also needed to kill that snake. Stay on the road, you can catch it. No, he's not going to get it. Okay, Legoman. Probably needed to sacrifice more units to make sure that farm didn't go down. I think he possibly could have saved it. But still. Only one farm he'll probably accept. He was in a bad position there. Now, Mishi's expanding. Legoman's going to do the same. Mishi getting out these lizards is going to be a problem. Legoman going for skunks. Sounds fair. Legoman really doesn't have it. I mean, the skunks are the best thing Legoman has against lizards, but they're pretty bad against lizards. Like, unless he gets up to 4 skunks, then they're going to be really bad. And here comes Mishi with a lizard run by. Doesn't get anything done, but does keep Legoman a bit nervous. Mishi does probably have a... yeah, Mishi's got a better base here. This base is Legoman's, but it's harder to defend. Because even if he defends here, Mishi can pretty easily just run around with take some lizards down here, come around here, and probably destroy the entire mill before Legoman moves in. That does mean Mishi's got to take quite a long trek through a lot of water. It's possible that Legoman attacks in while he's doing that, and gains a huge advantage, but, you know, that's just going to be a matter of luck. Okay, Legoman being smart, leaving his squirrels here to guard those pigs. And this wolf is so well hidden. Like, it's fairly hard for... it's not even that hard for Legoman to defend, really. But I do not see Mishi scouting that out anytime soon. Okay, Mishi going for his own wolf. Mishi also far ahead in economy. Legoman going up to 16 farms now to catch up. Okay, is Mishi going to spot this? No. He's not going to get the chance either as his commander goes down. Okay, this is good for Legoman. His wolf hasn't been scouted. He killed the commander. He can start churning out tier 2. He's still got the problem of just how does he deal with Mishi's composition. Ooh, is Mishi going to scout it? No. Maybe? No, still nothing. Oh, and this is sneaky. Mishi sends his chameleon rounds there while he's micring his lizards back and forth, threatening an attack. That was clever. That was some good assassination. Some good diversionary tactics. He does lose one chameleon, but he got 2 farms, so he'll probably consider that a fair trade. And Mishi's got his 3rd base already with farms being put on it. Legoman's wolf is up quicker. Now, despite the fact that Mishi's wolf wasn't at all hidden, Legoman didn't scout it either. Now, he missed his chance to attack while the wolf wasn't out. So now it's wolf buffed armies versus wolf buffed armies, except Mishi's army is slightly bigger. And this wolf is going down quickly. Oh, so quickly. That was just Legoman, when he tried to put his army back, he just got his army clumped up together. And now he's trying to go for the wolf, but doesn't come close to killing it. And now it's looking really rough for Legoman. I don't know how he comes back from that. He's behind in economy. Mishi has a tier 3, a large standing army. I think that's GG. The armies were in relatively even... Oh! The cam's coming round. Mishi doing the same trick of attacking from one side with his chameleons and the other with his lizards. Really making it hard to defend. Legoman going for another wolf, but I don't know if it'll help. I mean, the problem with that fight was Legoman was trying to do poking with his snakes, which meant that when the fight actually started, Legoman's snakes were on the front line and his chameleons were at the back. His army was sort of in a backwards position. Also, his falcons still hadn't come up yet. His falcons only came up once most of his army was dead. If he'd had his army together in a solid position, you know, it could have been a different story. You know, having such a small range of tiles, it makes it pretty good for the skunks. Still, the chameleons might have carried the day, but would have certainly been closer. Now, has Mishi spotted this? Mishi did spot this. I mean, these 14 chameleons for Mishi. Legoman is not going to be able to stand against that. I respect him for trying. You've seen plenty of people surrender too quickly and lose because of it. But I don't even know what you'd have to do for Legoman to make this back. Mishi would have to, like, leave his army in a position where Legoman could kill it without Mishi's army fighting back. Legoman would basically have to kill Mishi's entire army for free. At least once, possibly twice. Mishi's just coming in. Oh, we're going for a base race. Oh, hang on. Base race could work. Mishi can... Okay, Mishi's taking this mill. He's taking this mill as well. Move! Move, Legoman! Is this mill going to get up in time? It is... just! Oh no, not just. Mishi had an entire other mill. I didn't even notice. And this mill isn't even going to go down because Legoman had too many skunks. And now Legoman, I mean, he can technically stop the starvation timer. but Mishi's got plenty of time and plenty of stuff to sell. But still, shows you why you should never surrender, because that actually could have worked. Okay. Okay, here we go. Lego Man, Squirrel Falcon, Skunk Snake, Wolf Wire against Squirrel Pigeon, Mole Skunk, Snake Boar. So Lego Man adding in his signature barbed wire. What's he taking out for that? I think the pigeons. Fair enough, they weren't doing too much last game. At least it didn't seem so. And Mishi with the Squirrel Pigeon. I mean, Mishi changing up his deck completely, as Mishi does. I mean, last game, Blue Coon and Araloo, they stuck with pretty much the same decks all game, all series. Mishi doesn't like doing that. Mishi loves to mix his decks up. He plays basically anything, and it makes him quite hard to counterpick. It makes it very hard to know what you're getting into. We all love you too, Protocam. Thanks for sharing. And happy Easter, everybody who wasn't here the first time I said it. Okay. Mishi going for another mole. Don't sell this farm, Lego Man. It's not. The mole isn't going to get up in time. Is it? Oh, maybe I was wrong. I think it wouldn't have. I think that farm would have been fine. But, you know, maybe because it was so close. Okay, so both players finally up to 8 farms. Lego Man losing quite a bit of tempo due to these constant mole shenanigans. Ooh, going for 3 quick farms on his expansion. He's actually put 3 farms on his second mill before he's put 8 on his first. He's going to come in here and scout the tier 2 Warren. Lego Man's in a bit of a rough spot here. Because what if Mishi just puts a mole Warren by... Yeah. Mishi's putting down some moles. Lego Man's only got a few squirrels to hold it with. The barbed wire isn't going to do much against them. And here comes the snake. And that's that Warren down. It was just in too vulnerable a position. And I think Mishi probably just carries the momentum from here. I mean, Lego Man did almost exactly the wrong opening against a snake rush. He played it greedy. Okay, he is slamming down a hell of a lot of squirrels. He's able to force Mishi to retreat. He did lose 1 farm here, but he kept the other one up. Oh, and Mishi going straight for a boar. Lego Man's going to need to scout that. He has got snakes and he's got falcons. He can hold against the boar. But he's going to need to scout it. Soon. Oh, he's retreating. He doesn't want his commander to die. But the boar one's going to be built by the time he finds it. Nearly. Okay, the boar is supply blocked. So he's got a bit of extra time. But not a lot, as Mishi immediately starts selling squirrel warrens to get it building. Legoman going for more farms. It's also slamming down a lot of tier 2. The snakes and the falcons make sense. I'm a bit surprised by the skunks. Is this going to work? I feel like this isn't going to work. It didn't work. I guess the skunks will help with the supporting units that Mishi is building. Are they going to get out in time? I mean, the boar is up, and they're only starting to get the first wave of tier 2. The boar's nearly here. Legoman's got a much weaker army. He needs to hold here. He needs to get these snake tags down in the right place. Okay, the boar's dead. Yes, the boar's dead. And now that the boar's dead, I think Legoman can hold. He's going to get all of these. He's going to get most of these squirrels for free. He gets this forward mole warren. The boar is rebuilding. Mishi was floating enough that he can resupply, but Legoman is ahead in economy. Oh, and actually, he's going to attack up the cliff using his falcon. Using the high vision granted to him by standing on the corner. He does actually get a farm and forces Mishi to sell. I mean, that is definitely something you could do. I think Mishi was microing it back into the pigeons. I think he was hoping it would survive. He does sell the boar though. He's going for skunks, which is an interesting call. Not what I would go for. It's not like Legoman has a lot of tier 1. He's mainly tier 2. But now Legoman's pushing up, and this is looking very bad for Mishi. I think Legoman's going to take this. All the warrens going down. This falcon is just rat-a-tat-tatting at these farms. And it's 1-1, which, you know, I just realised I forgot to update the score from the last game. So that's fine. I mean, all of you forgot as well, so... There we go. Okay, so Legoman sticking with the same deck, Mishi changing it up. Although Legoman not sticking with entirely the same deck. Squirrel Pigeon, Mole Falcon, Skunk Snake against Squirrel Lizard, Cam Fox, Wire Balloon. So unlike the Blue versus Araloo series, which was just the same deck who can play it better, Legoman is going for sort of a... Mishi is changing up his decks completely every game. Legoman's going for more of a half measure where it's more like variations on a theme. He's sticking with the triple tier 2, but what he builds around that is changing. Mishi going for a 5-farm Lizard Warren, very aggressive. He's probably going to get something out of it. It's a very far forward Warren. It does have to go through the water, but it's a pretty small run. The squirrel is building, however. Okay, Mishi sells. Mishi foregoes the rush, sells and puts down some farms. And Legoman is going to do the same. Okay, so... I know the barbed wire balloon combo is a real thing. It's something QQ's been running a bit. Also, this mole. Is Mishi going to fall for this? He's not going to fall for this. How many times has he seen... Okay, Lego Man cells. But yeah, the barbed wire balloon combo works well. It's something QQ's been running. I've tried it out a few times. Basically, the barbed wire just slows them down and deals with large amounts of tier 1. So the balloon can pick off the valuable tier 2, and it has a lot of time to do it because they're slowly crawling through barbed wire. They synergize fairly well. The squirrel lizard, always good. Squizzard has been, I mean, good all of this patch at the very least. It's been good on most patches, apart from the ones where everyone was running toads. But we don't talk about that patch. Chameleons, solid, versatile, tier 2 units. Nice big bruisers. And the fox, a bit of a niche pick, but not really more so than any other tier 3. It's very high risk, high reward though. But I think Nishi's got the skill level to make it work. Okay, here we come. A lot of gas going down for Lego Man, but these squirrels are steadily whittling Lego Man's support down. Lego Man does get the pig. He's probably going to be fine retreating now. He loses a skunk on the retreat, but a tier 2 for a farm is probably worth it. Just about. And he did take the initial win, so Mishi still lost more units overall, I think. Spam Lizard versus Lego Man. I mean, lizards are really good versus Lego Man. I'm surprised more people haven't cottoned on to the fact that you can just spam lizards against him, and it really works pretty well. Yeah, I like that Mishi's gone for the fox because it shows he's adapting to his opponent. For the last few games, Lego Man's been going lots of tier 2, which the fox is good at sniping. Oh, I like these quick maul warrens coming out to get the mill. I don't know if they're gonna get it. There's only 2 of them. They get halfway there, but they don't quite kill it. I mean, Lego Man's deck compositions are always just really weak against Lizard. His best bets are usually... Oh, is Mishi gonna fall for this? He's seen Lego Man run up if he's paying attention on the minimap. It's not going to take long for these moles to burst through a tier 3 Warren. How much is he going to wait for? Just a 3? Just a 4? He's got 4. He's coming in. He gets a Fox Warren. That's a big pickup for Lego Man. Now, as I was saying, Lego Man versus Lizards. Kind of lost my train of thought. His best bet is to either go mass skunk or to slam down loads of barbed wire and hope that his opponent sort of runs into a bad engagement. That's all I wanted to say. It took me a while to say it. Mishi, going really hard on economy, has enough to slam down an extra fox. Still stay even on army. This wire getting some work done as Lego Man tries to find an angle around it. The fox is building. I think if the fox comes out, Mishi's in a pretty solid position. Okay, Lego Man's going to take a trip around the balloon, but the chameleons are coming in onto his flank. I think he's able to deal with them. He's already killed most of the squirrels. That was quite a long scenic route taken by Mishi. It's working out better now that he's just coming straight in, using the warrens for tanking. The fox is out. How much damage can Legoman get here? He needs to have enough army left that he can stop the Fox from just coming and destroying all of these farms. And so many of the reinforcements are getting picked off by this balloon as they walk through this water. Okay, Legoman's in a rough spot now here. Mishi has 8 chameleons and a fox. He's going to start picking off these farms very quickly. I think Legoman should probably sell his skunk, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing it's good against in Mishi's army. This fox might be able to carry Mishi to victory. He's already got more than enough value to justify it, picking off 3 farms. And just the mass cam is really hard to deal with on its own. Okay, Legoman is going to be looking for a cheeky couple of snake tags on this fox. Oh, Legoman retreating too far back, letting the pigs go. Okay, 1 tag on the fox. You need 2. Here comes Tyr with... I mean, that's just so many chameleons. They just completely smacked down Legoman's army. I mean, Legoman moved in at the right time, but he wasn't getting any reinforcements because of the balloon. Mishi was able to get that fox out, and despite a good performance by Legoman, Mishi is going to take that game. His greed carries him through. I think if he'd maybe if Legoman had played much greedier after he got the fox warren, he would have been able to build up enough that he could push through. But you know what they say about hindsight. Oh, are we seeing arty cannons come out from both players? That's a rarity. Did Mishi actually random? I didn't see it, I was too busy updating the scoreboard. But if he did, that's a pretty baller move. Mishi is one of those people who can make random decks work, and he's got a pretty solid one. Alright, so Squirrel Pigeon, Skunk Snake, Owl Arty against Squirrel Cam, Snake Fox, Balloon Arty. In theory, this should go for Legoman, because Mass Owls should eventually just overwhelm Mishi. But it's going to take a lot of owls. Chameleons can hold mice pretty well. Balloons and artillery are both pretty good at stopping them as well. Like, if Mishi gets a setup here, then Legoman's going to need to go into double figures for owls to really start breaking through. So, I mean, hopefully the game will go that long, that we get to see all the interesting stuff come out. Maybe it won't. Mishi going for another quick snake. He's done that 3 games in a row. Legoman needs to make a note of that.
Another.
You're not supposed to be talking. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Okay. So yes, another mill for Mishi. That's exactly what he was going to say. And this snake micro for Mishi is much better than Lego's. Getting those tags all spread out. If Mishi gets set up on this high ground with an artillery cannon, it's going to be nearly impossible for Legoman to expand. This is looking really solid for Mishi. He's already got the balloon up. He already took a significant victory. So it's hard for Legoman to scout between the snake balloon. It's really hard for Legoman to scout. Mishi has a ton of vision, so he can see if Legoman tries to run around. There's not really another angle he can attack from. Did Mishi see the owl? He did not. Okay. Legoman gonna take the campfire. An owl would be a big help to Legoman in breaking this, but it's not going to do it on its own. And if Mishi does get an artillery up here, then I don't think one owl is going to cut it. And he's going to scout this time. Is he? No, he doesn't. Mishi. He walks right past it. Why? Why wouldn't you go up here? That's a rookie error. He might come back and do it, but he's already given the owl a lot of time to build. He does eventually scout it out, but the owl's over halfway done. It's not like much would change though. He's still going to go for the chameleons. And he's building an arty cannon. I think that might be a bit too late. A bit too far forward against an owl. Did Legoman see that? He did. So Legoman knows what's on the line here. Okay. Mishi's able to kite the mice, so this arty is going to get up. And that's going to make these mice pretty useless. With anything bullet shields. Okay, the arty cannon doesn't quite reach this mill, but with the snakes, they will cover the snakes as they come in and poke. So what does Legoman even do here? Oh, eco up is his main option. Mishi coming in with the shadow chameleons. Legoman realises too late and loses a tier 3 one. He's got the tier 3 unit, so you know it's not the worst thing to lose. He's going to lose that tier 1 as well. I mean, arguably it's worse to lose a tier 1 unit in some situations because, like, you're going to do your best to stop the tier 3 units from dying anyway. Whereas, so it's not like you're going to be rebuilding the tier 3 that often. Whereas if your tier 1 dies, you're definitely going to want to rebuild that. So it almost is worse to lose a tier 1 Warren than a tier 3. So long as you've got the units out. Anyway. Okay, Legoman is fighting it out. But he's in a really rough spot here. There's extra arty going up, extra balloons. This is just such a good map for Mishi's deck. Arty balloon on this map is so... I'm trying to think of a nice word. But I guess I'll just go with annoying. Like, there's not another way for Legoman to go. Okay, Legoman's going to try and break in. He is getting the arty cannon. Are you going to get the balloon? Mishi's chameleons were absent doing all this Warren damage. And there is quite a lot of Warren damage, but if Legoman can get these balloons and keep his owls alive, he kept one alive. He didn't kill the balloon though, so he actually didn't do either of what I said. I had 2 conditions: kill the balloon and keep your owls alive, and you failed both of them. But yeah, this is such a good position to have artillery in. It's 1 expansion, so it's nice and safe for Mishi to get one set up. But it cuts off all of Legoman's possible expansions and all of his possible attack routes. Meanwhile, it secures Mishi 1, 2, 3 other mills, or 4 if you include this one. Legoman's going to try and fight it out, but this is looking bad for him. And I think this owl is going to get caught out here. No? No, still alive. I mean, Legoman's taking relatively good trades, but it doesn't matter. Mishi has so much economy, he can afford to just throw away all these chameleons. Meanwhile, all of these Warrens over here are just going to occasionally get killed by chameleons, or the reinforcements are going to get shot by a balloon. Okay, so back up to 2 owls, back up to 2 artillery. Not a lot's changed, except Mishi has a lot more chameleons. Okay, so mathematically Legoman doesn't have much time left. He's getting his own artillery up, which might not actually be the worst thing in the world. He's picking the right moments to come in as Mishi moves his units away. He probably needs to go sell these Warrens and rebuild them over here, but I understand why he doesn't want to do that. It's because he's very vulnerable to just Mishi coming in. But in all fairness, he's vulnerable to that anyway. Okay, he finally does it. So how much time does Legoman even have left? Because he can't, there's nowhere else. He can't take this mill, and he's not got a starvation farm. So he's got to win with this economy. Mishi didn't even lose a single chameleon there. But it's about 2 minutes left for Legoman. He's getting up more owls, but that's going to take up most of his time. And 3 owls isn't going to be able to break through 3 artillery cannons, let alone 12 chameleons. I mean, any one part of Mishi's army could probably hold Legoman off. The combination of them is just insane. Oh, that owl's dead as well. Owl gets a quick 5 poison tags on it. And Legoman doesn't even have time to build another before he starts starving. Are we looking at another 4-1? Okay, Mishi's thinking about how seriously he wants to take this. The 4 tier 2 with the pigeons is good. I run it with squirrels, he decided to run it with barbed wire. I'd expect there to be a quick snake woman coming out for Mishi. Yeah, Artie Cam is so good at holding off mice. You need something like, you need nearly double. Basically, you need 1.5 owls for each artillery cannon. If you want to start making actual headway and getting value. But with the chameleons as well, Legoman easily needed over double figures in owls there, and he just never got close to them. Okay. So Legoman's gone back to his squirrel pigeon, falcon skunk snake wolf, the deck he was running initially. Mishi going with squirrel, falcon, skunk cam, snake wire. You may think it's a meme. It's less of a meme than you probably think it is. The tier 2s synergize really well together. Like, the biggest part of this, once he starts getting them out, he should be fine. The hardest part is actually getting all of them, but if he can get them, it's sort of an Exodia type situation where once you get all the pieces, like, it's really hard. You basically win. It's not exactly Exodia, because Exodia was definitely win. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. But, my god, 2 falcons, 2 skunks, 2 cams, 2 snakes. That runs over some much bigger armies. Yeah, other than not taking squirrels or lizards, Mishi's deck is perfectly valid. Oh dear, we lost a follower. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. I've no idea who. It doesn't tell you. It tells you when people follow, it doesn't tell you when they stop following. So, has Legoman figured out what Mishi's running yet? I mean, he's got most of the tier 2 himself. He's got Falcon, Skunk, Snake. Oh, this is a quick lizard cam run by that Legoman was completely unprepared for. Gets huge amounts of value. You've got a tier 2 Warren, a tier 1 Warren, and a farm. That's what? 240 food? Mishi's going to try... Legoman's going to try and move in before the comedians get home. He might be able to take this, actually. Once he goes down these snakes, there's nothing that shoots up. So he's free to just kill all of these pigs and warrens until more snakes get here. And in fact, he just destroyed the snake warren. So Mishi might be about to lose. Simply because he based his entire army on the ground. Mishi, maybe he could have gone for a base race there. Like taking his chameleons just straight up to Legoman's base and see if he could kill it before Legoman killed him. I don't think he could have. He would have to have built another base, I think, but you know, maybe worth a shot. But anyway, don't let that defer you from discourage you from trying out the quadruple tier 2 deck. Just, you know, take squirrels. Or, you know, something that can shoot up. Don't forget that falcons do exist. Okay. So Mishi, Legoman staying with the same deck. Mishi, Squirrel Lizard, Cam Snake, Wolf Wire. This is a deck we had in the first game. This is, I think, exactly the deck matchup we had in the first game. Now, last time we had this, Legoman did come out with a win. Will the same thing happen this time? Oh shit, quick rush by Mishi that I completely missed. Gonna get a farm, which does put Mishi one farm ahead. Okay, Legoman's going to catch back up. Still, you don't like to take those sorts of losses early. It was a very well done rush. I'm ashamed to say that I missed it though. I only caught the very back end of it. I just assumed that they'd both go up to 8 farms. Oh, and going for a quick wolf. Legoman definitely scouted that though. Yeah. So he's got the full 1.5 minutes to react. In fact, he might even think that Mishi's going to sell it, but he's not. He's committing. I don't think pushing in is the right answer. Legoman, of all people, should know how dangerous barbed wires can be. Pushing up a hill, through barbed wire, over water, while being shot at. I mean, if you don't know why that's a bad idea, look up Gallipoli. and you know, you'll get your answer. This seems a much more sensible course of action. Just using time he's got to eco up. 4 skunks, 2 snakes. His main worry, I mean, Mishi's gonna go mass cams. We've seen him do it before with the wolf. He's gonna get up to double figures in cams as soon as he can. Oh, Legoman's coming in again. This time he's got units that can actually tank the barbed wire though. He's got to make sure his commander doesn't die though. Oh, that was close. Okay, this is good timing by Legoman. Kill this chameleon. Don't just... What was he doing? Why did he kill the chameleon? He just walked past it. I mean, he got 3 farms. So even though that attack technically failed, he can consider it a win. But I'd love to know what Legoman's logic was for just, like, standing here, raising his flag when his units were being killed by 1 chameleon. Because I think Legoman genuinely could have won the game there. Okay. Legoman going to go for his own wolf. And getting an expansion. Mishi can eco up fast with the wolf, buff his economy. That still should put Legoman ahead. Legoman should still have time to get this wolf out, especially since it hasn't been scouted. Gallipoli. G-O-L-I-P... I-L-I, I think? A-L-I? It's basically, World War II. There was a plan to attack the Germans through Turkey. You take out... You go down south, you do a naval landing, you take out the relatively weak Turkish forces, and then you sweep through up to Germany. And it completely failed. Cliffs of Gallipoli. Oh yeah, it was World War One. It was World War One. It was the Ottoman Empire still, because Winston Churchill wasn't Prime Minister yet. But yeah, basically it was a disastrous campaign that Churchill came up with, which, you know, had some merit on paper, but they decided to attack up cliffs, over water, into barbed wire and machine guns, and unsurprisingly, they got nowhere and lost like 90% of their men. Okay, so here we go, can we can. Mishi's already got his army built though. Legoman is still trying to get his army out. That mill... Oh no, that was a wolf health. The wolf goes down. And that mill's probably going to go down? No. But it lost half the farms. Chamberlain was Prime Minister, but he wasn't head of the... I mean, I don't know how involved he was in the actual strategy of war. Churchill's the one who got most of the blame for it. Okay, this is looking really bad for Legoman. Mishi's back up to 8 farms. He's got a full army. What's Mishi's plan, even? He's slamming down. He's sold everything. He's going to hide over here with a wolf. But there's no way all of this built in time. And even if it does, it's still not enough, so... Because look at the map from Mishi's perspective. Oh, gee, he's not here. He's not here. I wonder where he could be. Like, Also, Legoman has nowhere to put Warrens down. I think Legoman could have won that in the first engagement if he'd microed slightly better. That one chameleon came out and slammed down all of his units. I genuinely think he had a chance there to completely win the game, but it is what it is. Mishi takes the game 4-2, so not a complete whitewash. Can hold his head up high. Mishi's a tough competitor to beat. Now, I've been told that we'll be finishing off Jacoby versus Haru. From 2-0. Now while that happens, I'm going to grab some water. Alright, we're going right into it. Alright, Squirrel Toad, Mole Falcon, Cam Wolf against Squirrel Pigeon, Mole Falcon, Skunk Badger. Okay. So, in case there's anyone who doesn't know, we started this tournament, this series, on Friday. Unfortunately, there was a glitch in one of the games, which was eventually, after much debate, Thursday, whatever. The point is, we already started this. It was when at one point there was a glitch where Jacoby's had a second badger building, and it just for some reason didn't spawn. It was eventually decided that the game was close enough with that, if that badger had spawned, that the game had to be replayed. By that point, we'd spent, I don't know, at least 30 minutes discussing it. I think either they were out of time or they were just completely annoyed. But the point was, we decided to redo the series from where we left off, with Jacoby having a 2-0 lead. Jacoby had won 2 games while we were sorting out the whole shenanigans, while we were deciding what to do about the glitch and deciding whether or not there was a glitch in the first place. So that's why the score's starting at 2-0. You haven't missed anything. I mean, technically you have, but not on this stream. You're going to have to go watch the other VODs. It's just TNT Championship Playoffs 1. So, pretty easy to find. Okay. So we're all caught up. Now we can talk about the present, which is going pretty evenly, just mass squirrels and a fair number of moles. So it looks like Jacoby wants to move in. Haru getting the toads out I think is a good call. You've seen already how good toads can be. He doesn't have them fully up, but I think 4 should be enough to get some serious damage done. Or maybe not. It looks like Haru might have held on to those toads for a bit too long. Or maybe Jacoby's just really good at focusing them down. Either way, Jacoby's commander goes down, which means he can't micro, which means Haru's going to be able to hold off this attack, at least for now. He was already 1 farm ahead. He did lose a solid couple of warrens. Maybe just 1 actually. I don't think a lot of his warrens were up front. But he's going to be able to rebuild. Now, the problem is Jacoby is just coming right back in. He's got a significant army advantage at the moment. But his army's also spread out. The moles were not on the front lines for Jacoby. And that means Haru's taking this fight really easily. He's completely flipping the script. And is now in the prime position to attack Jacoby. But he's making the same error where he only had 1 mole on the front line. And 1 mole can't really tank. So there we go. I mean, Haru's still winning this game, even with that rather rough engagement there. He's already got his mill up. He's got 2 farms down on it. Now Jacoby is getting out his skunks. Which will do really well at holding off Haru's army, which is almost entirely tier 1. But the 4 chameleons, that's some real power coming out. And I think Haru, it seems unlikely Jacoby's going to be able to stop Haru from getting them. Okay, so the game isn't decided yet, but it's looking very Haru favoured at the moment. Jacoby having to play a bit greedy to catch up. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Haru just sweeps this. It's a bit of a weird way to do a series because both players have been able to go back, and if they've been really attentive, they've gone to look at the VODs and seen what their opponent was doing. They can make some adjustments, or some plans at the very least. But yeah, Haru's going to be pissed. And he plays quite well. He plays a lot, well, he plays quite well as a standard. He plays even better when he's angry. Because possibly the one problem with Haru is that he's occasionally not aggressive enough. He occasionally doesn't push his advantage and lets his opponents come back. That's not going to be a problem tonight. Haru's not going to have a lot of restraint. Ooh, but he's going for a wolf. Is Jacoby going to get out a badger? I'm surprised Haru hasn't attacked. I mean, 6 chameleons is a lot. If he went into the warrens, he could lose, but if he just went round here and attacked into the mill, the soft, squishy underbelly, not to mention, he could, if he sold this wolf, he'd have 180 food to put down into extra moles. I mean, I said Haru isn't going to have a problem committing, but maybe he is still going to have a problem committing. Still, though, he's probably going to be fine getting this wolf out. The wolf's already building. Jacoby's sold his skunks, though, and is just building a massive tier 1 force. Can Haru hold? If Haru holds his attack, he wins the game. And Haru needs to be at his base to help out the micro. Comedians getting stuck on all these moles, but they are pushing through. They're getting slowed down by the water, but they are pushing through. The wolf is out, and Jacoby's reinforcements are drying up. I was worried Harry wasn't going to hold there, but he just about manages. It comes close. It comes really close, but Harry manages to hold on. And now with the tier 3 out, with the 6 cams rebuilding, I think Jacoby's just going to get flattened. Now Harry's surely going to attack. Nope, he's not going to get the chance. Jacoby surrenders. Alright, 2-1. Ooh, Wolf Badger from Jacoby. Alright. Okay, so Squirrel Toad Mole, Falcon Cam Wolf from Haru. He doesn't like to change up his deck a lot, so I expect that we'll see this throughout the tournament. But Jacoby, Squirrel Pigeon, Falcon Skunk Badger Wolf. Jacoby has come to play. Now, a Wolf Badger is actually looking pretty good against Haru's army. Haru doesn't have great Badger counters in his deck. The best he's got is a Falcon. Wolf is kind of a Badger counter because it boosts your DPS, which means you can gun down the Badger faster. And when worst comes to worst, you can always mass Squirrel. But a Wolf Badger should probably just overrun Haru, unless he's able to get out a lot of Falcons with his own Wolf. And against someone like Haru, who we've just seen in that last game, can be pretty passive. He'll probably have time to do it. Although, for all our talk of passiveness, Haru is going with a double mole push right out the gate. Is he going to go on these warrens? He is. But his moles are taking so much damage. He's committing though. He's slamming another mole warren down. Haru heard us talking shit. Haru heard us saying he was too passive. And he is correcting that. There is a worry he's overcommitting though. Oh, he doesn't kill the pig! He kills it, he goes back and finishes it off. There is a worry though that now Jacoby's got 3 tier 1 warrens down. Is he just going to be able to run straight across and kill Haru? I mean, it's a pretty long way to go, but it is all covered in roads. Okay, never mind. Jacoby's not pushing. Haru's got time to build an army. It's weird that Jacoby doesn't even attempt a counterattack there. Instead he decided to eco up. But he only went for 2 farms, which isn't that greedy. Okay, this is more like it. I wouldn't want to put a wolf down until I had these farms already up. Now I'd start looking at getting my wolf down. Instead he's going for skunks. He's playing it a bit safe. I mean, squirrel mole. If Haru comes in, scouts a wolf, and then he can do a really strong squirrel mole push. And I think that's what Jacoby's worried about. The skunks will hold that back, but at the same time, it does mean delaying that tier 3. Although, not by that long. Jacoby has now slammed down the wolf. So, he's only waited an extra 30 seconds. I mean, I say only, that's not nothing. But he should be able to hold a squirrel mole push much easier if Harry decides that's what he wants to do to finish this. Okay, Harry definitely scouts that. And Harry has put down his own wolf as a response. I wonder if Harry's going to expect the wolf badger, because Jacoby is famous for always taking badger. I always find it odd when people don't take snakes against Jacoby for that very reason. He's such a badger player. Why wouldn't you just take snakes? The ultimate badger counter. Okay. Haru knows about it now for sure. And he's going for a lot of falcons. 6 cams, 8 falcons. I don't know if that's enough, especially with Jacoby, the rest of Jacoby's army. I mean, Wolf Badger is just a really hard thing to deal with. There's not a lot of stuff in the game without taking like multiple tier 3s yourself that actually can deal with it. Not reliably anyway. But the Badger's out. Haru's still looking pretty good on the army value. Haru's got all 8 of his falcons. He's building toads, which is surprising. This is all gonna get decided here. Chameleons come in. The wolf buff isn't on the Badger at the moment. But as more and more units die... Oh my god, the wolf died! Oh, Jacoby! Haru's holding this. Jacoby still might be able to do this, but wolf buff falcons is hard to push into. I'm not sure what went wrong there. The Badger never really got revved up. It didn't have the wolf buff on it. And the wolf was just really far forward. Jacoby playing really cautious with his Badger, perhaps overly cautious. Well, no, not really a perhaps in it, definitely overcautious. It didn't get much damage done. There was quite a few moments where the wolf wasn't shooting at all. So that's a major blow to Jacoby. Now, he is going for a lot of economy, which is quite a ballsy move, but I guess you do need to go big or go home in that situation. And he has got the wolf rebuilt. But he's moving into more falcons and more chameleons. If he moves in. I mean, both players could just decide to go for an entire other mill. Like, Jacoby could probably take this mill pretty safely. Haru could probably take this mill. Or this mill pretty safely. This mill is weirdly the riskiest mill because Harry can send his falcons up here and get a lot of damage done very quickly, especially with the wolf buff. I think, yeah, Jacoby, I was about to say, Jacoby is going to start looking at going for multiple badgers soon. Or not. I mean, he's got the money to put down a badger warren, but so far he's just gone for extra tier 1, which isn't how I'd do it. He's floating 400 food. He sold multiple warrens as Harry's coming in. I don't think that's what he wanted to be doing. He's still floating so much food. What's the plan here? 3 badgers. Okay. Is he going to be able to defend? He's got a significantly weaker army. If Harry comes in and sees this, he's surely going to attack. That army graph is not looking good for Jacoby. He's got defender's advantage, but I don't think it's going to do that much. It's only tier 1 warrens he's hiding behind. Okay, the badger is revved up, but the wolf is down again. Oh, but now both wolves are down. This badger finally goes down. More tier 3s coming up for Jacoby. If I'm Jacoby, Jacoby's got to resist the impulse to give up here. He's going to lose his mill, and he's going to go into starvation, but he can hold that off. Jacoby needs to survive long enough to get his tier 3 out, and then he's got maybe a shot. That is the second fight in a row where Jacoby hasn't had his badger buffed. Admittedly, when your army gets that big, it can be hard to buff one specific unit, but I mean, the key is to usually just move them off to the side. You can always just move them slightly so that they're more isolated. Okay, Jacoby actually has the bigger army here. No, 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 no! Keep your army together, Jacoby, you fool! And now the badger is a wolf buff. And it's got falcon supporting it. The badger's really low on health. The wolf goes down again. Can Harry kill this badger? It's got 3 pigeons healing it. Slowly but surely. The wolf is out, but it's got nothing to buff. And this what are you doing with that wolf? What the fuck was that, Harry? That was the worst wolf micro I have ever seen. Also, where's Jacoby going? What's going on? Why are both of these top tier players playing like absolute idiots? I mean, Haru just rallied his wolf right in front of a fully revved up badger. Just because. And then Jacoby, having killed the wolf and all the units and got the mill to half health, decides to just leave. I am befuddled. Okay, Haru has got another wolf out. He doesn't have his units buffed up, and he is probably going to lose this mill. But I think it's still worth him waiting on these extra units. Oh my god, what a smackdown. Well, after a lot of back and forth, Haru does actually manage to secure that game with the third wolf. And we're at an even 2-2. I mean, it was 3 wolves. I mean, it was more. It was 3 wolves from Haru. It was. How many was it from Jacoby? Another 3? At least 2. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Haru. Oh, what's his deck? He's gone Squirrel, Lizard, Mole, Falcon, Cam, Wolf. Jacoby's sticking with the Badger Wolf deck. No changes there. Haru taking in Lizards. Makes sense. They're good at chasing down Badgers and Wolves and Falcons. What's he removed, though? Toads, I think. Yeah, I think he's taken out the Toads, which makes sense. And here, Haru's got a nice set of bases here. I mean, Jacoby's not looking too bad, but his bases are a lot more spread out. It's going to be much harder for Jacoby to take this base than it is for Haru to take any of these. Haru looks like he's got the favour of the gods tonight. Yeah, Jacoby's Badger micro is spot on. His Wolf micro leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, so both players just expanding quickly, putting down 4 farms. Jacoby going up to tier 2, Haru following suit. Wolf moves at normal speed. Like, Wolf is easy to micro compared to Badger. Compared to basically any tier 3. Speaking of tier 3, Jacoby going for his. Haru responding in kind. No, the Wolf apparently has Agile, it's just not written on his character sheet. So the Wolf can move and buff units at the same time. Doesn't feel like it, and I swear he doesn't, but according to Raven and the actual code of the game itself, he does have Agile. It just doesn't say he's got Agile. Okay, so Wolf buffing the Badger Warren, or not, buffing the farms instead. Buffing the squirrels. What's the Wolf gonna buff? Wolf is finally buffing the farms. Both players building up their armies. Jacoby going Wolf Badger again into 8 cams and 4 falcons this time. it's a much better army for Jacoby comparatively. Haru has far fewer falcons. He's got a lot of moles, which I think will just get completely slaughtered. And Jacoby's got even more chameleons than Haru does, so they shouldn't be a problem. I'm expecting Jacoby to win this fight pretty convincingly. But he's holding back for some reason. Is he going to go? He's getting his army together. Is he going to go? Okay, the badger still hasn't got the wolf buff, but we'll forgive him if he wins. Those wolf buff chameleons come right in and just slaughter Jacoby's army. Holy crap. See, this is the value in wolf micro. And now Jacoby's wolf goes down. Man, Jacoby is terrible at wolf micro. He's getting another one, but that's not really how you want to use tier 3 units. I'm wondering if not buffing the badger is supposed to be a deliberate strategy? Like, because maybe he's choosing not to do it? Because it feels like he would have. But man, he's getting rushed down by these wolf buff chameleons. Because Jacoby, like Haru, when Jacoby moved in, Haru had buffed all his wolves. I mean, look at the army graph there. You can see Jacoby had a massive advantage. But Haru used his wolf buff properly and just completely smacked down so much of Haru's army before the fight, like as soon as the fight started. And now Haru's on match point. Haru can make a full comeback here. Right, so Jacoby cutting the wolf out of his deck, going back to his roots of just badger. And Haru, I mean, sticking with the loadout that's working. I think the lizards added. The lizards didn't really get a chance to shine in that last game because the wolf buff cams just completely overrun Jacoby. I don't even know what Jacoby's wolf buffs were on, because it seemed like his chameleons died instantly. Yeah, it's not that bad a map for Haru. He's got a nice mill here. He can take this one fairly easily. So he's got at least 2 mills to work with. I mean, Jacoby's got a much safer 3, because after these two, Haru's really looking at this as his next option, which is pretty out there, but it's not that bad. I mean, he's got 2 mills to, you know, make an attack happen. Oh, and he's doing this with the moles. He's ignoring the mill to go for the warrens. Or is he not? He seems like he's reconsidering. I think he took a bit too long there. Now Jacoby was actually able to get out of Squirrel. I think he could have actually just done that warren with the 1 mole. Or if he just rallied on it, that other mole would have come back. He decided to, like, move back and start attacking this mill. And then he changed his mind again. He was very indecisive. Okay. Haru playing really greedy here. And I suppose Jacoby's not playing much safer. But he does have 3 tier 1 warrens as opposed to just the 1. Is Jacoby going to try and move in before this tier 2 comes out? He is. There's a road here, so he's possibly going to get it. He's putting moles down as well. Jacoby could just win here if this attack goes well. Yes, this lake does look very nice, but it's not particularly relevant right now. Okay, Kobe's moving in. He's already sacrificed one Warren. I don't see this one chameleon. This one chameleon can't carry this hard. It's doing its best, goddammit, but he's only got one club. And there's a lot of things need clubbing. Looks like Haru. I mean, Haru just was so greedy with that game. Both players went up to about even farms. Although Haru went even beyond Jacoby. They went up to 12 and 13 farms apiece. But Haru also tried to go up to tier 2. And that was just way too much greed. Nope. Okay, so we're on 3-all. This is match point. The winner wins the series. Both players sticking with their decks. Squirrel Lizard Mole, Falcon Cam Wolf against Squirrel Pigeon Mole, Falcon Skunk Badger. The moment of truth, Ziggy, not the moment of the true. Unless you're in Cloud Atlas, in which case it would be the moment of true. The true. Anyway, what's this map like? I think this is looking pretty good for Haru. But obscenely so. Basically, Haru's got one extra map. One extra mill. Haru takes this mill and this mill. Jacoby takes this mill and this mill. Then Haru's got this mill, which is a bit exposed, but it's an option. Meanwhile, Jacoby does have this campfire, so you can say that he's got the advantage in the early game at the very least. So will we see players be a little less greedy? Will they learn their lesson? And will we get to see Jacoby's Badger actually do some work? Both players are equaling up, both players going for tier 2. No one wants to rock the boat as of yet. Moles can always get something done. I haven't seen anyone do one of those old-fashioned mole last resorts since the change. Which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping we'd get to see those make a comeback, but they were never the most common of things. Oh, did you? I should have watched more games then. But I've been doing other stuff. I've been watching American Horror Story, playing Darkest Dungeon, and occasionally actually been doing some of the work that I've got piling up. So I actually haven't watched like any of the other Tooth and Tail Championship games. Hopefully people will highlight them so I'll be able to go back, but maybe that's only a fool's hope. Okay, Jacoby coming in, getting some gas down on a pig, probably going to kill it. Not quite. And now, ooh, these chameleons coming through. Jacoby just about manages to save this one health chameleon. Sorry, Haru manages to save it. Haru's also ahead on economy, just 4 chameleons there. Really powerful. Not so good against the skunks. Did Jacoby run skunks last game? Did Jacoby always run skunks, or has he just changed from chameleons for some reason? I mean, what hasn't changed is the badger, and Haru has scouted it. Oh, but Haru's going to go for a wolf rather than push. Even though with 6 chameleons, he could probably get a pretty good push going. Oh, but he's coming around with lizards, and he's going to get at least 1 farm, probably 2. He's going to go for a 3rd. He is going to go for a 3rd. He's going to go for a 4th. He is going to go for a 4th. Oh, he doesn't quite get the 4th. But still, he's keeping Jacoby on from low eco. Relatively. I mean, Jacoby's still on 10 farms, but, you know, getting 3 farms is still pretty significant. Now, Haru is way ahead in army. He's been ahead in economy for a long time. Jacoby's really going to have to use this badger. But we've seen wolf buffed chameleons can just jump on a badger faster than the badger can retreat. So, it'll be interesting to see if he can stop it. Because he's not going to get here before the badger's got time to get out. Or is he? No, he's not. He nearly. He's pretty close, but the badger is out. And Harry still has a huge army advantage. He's just coming in with a wolf buffed chameleons. And then there's this one badger against the world. And that's it. Harry takes it. The glitch isn't enough. Jacoby. He brings it close. But ultimately, Haru does win. 4-3. And I suppose that's well done. Congratulations to all the players who qualified, who got through the quarterfinals. Well done to everyone. Do we have any more games? Ah, Pingu, you're here. If we don't, then... do you really want to do a best of 9 proto cam? Alright, since I haven't played. I'll do a best of 9 with whoever's first to get here. Oh Jesus, that didn't take long. Okay. What was I going to put on song requests? Everyone who leaves, remember, there'll be the Pocket Bot Cup tomorrow. Don't forget it. Remember to sign up on the Discord.
Survived. Somebody new.
Oh, I should probably remove the overlay, shouldn't I? Would you move? I can't see how close the farm is to being built.
Since you've awakened her again, she depends on you. She depends on you. She'll go on. Never speak of this again.
Is that gone?
We depend on you.
Yeah.
We depend on you. Though I know.
But I couldn't make a decision on whether or not to sell the farm because he was blocking the health of the farm. Oh my god, he's losing my life. Like that's a thing.
About your life beyond these warm walls, the fleeting sense of love within these God-forsaken homes, and you can hear it in his voice in every call.
Really wish I had
This girl
lizards.
who slept 100 years had something with the wall.
I mean toads. I mean lizards would be fine, but toads would be where it's at. Where's his tier 3? He's building a tier 3 somewhere.
Your gun is junkie.
Oh, there it is. Found his tier 3, folks.
Lay down there. Tell them that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let them run the show. Let them roll. Then stand back and march. 'Cause I saw a tiger. Now I understand. I saw a tiger. Tiger saw me. I can give him a home, safe and warm. But the law wants to ban me. Can you tell me who's wrong?
Who's mauling me, I can tell.
I can feel their power. Now I understand. I saw a tiger. Tiger saw me. Time is a ticking, will soon be gone. So you better take a picture. What a sad, sad song.
You're gone.
Armageddon, such a pain. Chill all the tigers
Okay.
in the
Japan
hall.
vacation of Kyoto.
'Cause I saw a tiger.
Give
I
up.
saw a tiger. Tiger saw me.
Look.
I saw a tiger. Tiger saw me.
Jak polski albo
Where the fuck's he hiding? Okay, look, just stay here. I thought this mill was fallow.
I saw a tiger.
Slags just true.
Tiger saw me.
Okay, well, he's definitely close to starvation. Oh, God. Okay, it's 1-0
So,
to me. No, 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 shut up, stop. I said stop, not keep going.
vor. Lord's good. Ja, Vunu valvute. Ja, lavo. Zykiniot los hest sien in Kongi. Stiljok. Ja, lavo. Lodzinot. Kivo. Ja, lavo. Lodzinot. Kongi. Tal.
beating 456. Okay, so that's the same. Alright, 2-0.
Now.
I completely forgot to talk that entire thing. I'm barely remembering that I'm even streaming. Alright, so this deck, I just have to hope he doesn't have falcons, because the only thing I got that can kill them is the lizards and the balloons. Anyway, how is everybody? Haven't seen all of you in a while, but I guess it was actually only a few days. It feels like longer. Okay, is he gonna maul me again? Should I just preemptively stick a lizard warren down.
Yes, your champion.
Yes, he is. He's gonna do exactly that.
Look. Okay. Give war.
As fun as 5-farm lizard would be, I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, well, he fucked up that attack royally. Thank you, cabins. You're saving my bacon. I've been pretty lucky with the RNG tonight. Like the random decks I've been getting are pretty solid. Should be able to deal with that now. Maybe what a foolish idea. Take these in case he tries to base race me. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! This was unexpected. I was prepared for the owl, I was not prepared for the boar. can't even base race him. He's got so much more than me. He's actually destroyed all my bases anyway now. Alright, 2-1. The owl I was ready for, the ball I was not. Didn't Misha use this deck? Anyway, that's 2-1. We're not going to get the clean 5-0. Maybe I should try the civilized deck. Or maybe I should just stick with randoms. You're looking for a place to put a mole, woman? Can you really not reach this? Yes, you can. I thought that pig would be built, I'll be honest. It should have been built. How long do pigs take to build? This pig was over halfway built before he put that down. Oh, god damn it. Again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. 30. Oh, I thought it was 20. Okay, that explains why my maths was off. Anyway, hello Premium. Anthony to you here. Let's just rush a fox. Wonder what he's going for. Hopefully not an owl. Like he did last game. And hopefully not a boar like he did last game. We've still got these double... I've got a problem then, because I can't actually shoot them. Is he just not expanded? He's just gone for a tier 3, and that worries me. Yep, it's an owl. It's an owl boar. Well, I fucked that up. I had my fucking fox on the wrong side. Two all then. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna have to start picking bits. I mean, a badger should basically just beat that. I mean, I got the fox. I got the owl. If my fox had been on the other side, I probably could have actually held that. But I got my fox into a dead end on accident. And it wasn't able to run through because as I tried to run it through, it thought I was saying, hey, shoot this unit. Damn it, why do I keep letting that happen?
Baharsh. Blend suj. Yetik. Oye. Cien leches cielu. Lolotalia. Tilo yodien cien. Alo novu jal en chica. Thousands always hard
Okay, what's he building? He's got a board. It's not too significant.
Yes, George.
As long as I can hold on.
Look.
And the ball's going to be out way later than my badger. I just need to worry about the lizards, really. Also need to worry slightly about the base trade. Oh my god. I said it and I fell for it.
Zos.
Génial. Lozy news. Genial.
I'm gonna fucking throttle him. I'm annoyed now. I said that would happen and then it happened. Why do I do stuff like that? Like, why didn't I just think to, you know, guard against the base race before I left? Why would I say, oh, this leaves me open to a base race that I'm gonna lose, and then just not do anything?
Yes, George. Thousands always hard Yes, George. Flodia wants. Look. Bravo. Kivo.
Tier 3? Tier 2. I'm playing like shit. God damn it. This last game. That's 4-2. He has one more. He only has to win one more. Man, where did that one go so wrong? Leaving myself way up. Luckily he's not punishing it. I'm Well, he's got a tier 3 building already. He's going to put tier 2. Yeah, he did.
Yes, your champion wants. Look. Still look. Keep warm.
Okay.
Fahash. Look. Boys, the our own love. Just good. It's no. It's good. Yes, I'll tell you. Oh, he's familiar. Alguien quiere esto.
Badger might not be able to hold this.
Yes, your champion
We've got a way better economy, so. 3, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. Just baby.
Yeah. Good work, lizards.
Yes, George. Look.
I think once the second badger comes out, I'm fine moving in. Honestly, I could possibly just move them already. But I want to be sure. Also going to want this mill. You're not going to cooperate. Okay, that's 4-3.
Future glow.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Moles. Molly, molly, molly. Moles, 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 moles. Why is it so quiet?
Look at you.
Oh, badger.
Yeah, I got some action.
I know how to deal with badgers.
Bosti our own no
Wow. Sorry. Just relax. Yeah. Let it come to you. It's easy. Really?
Yes, George, your wants. Remove the sword.
I've got to be careful that he doesn't
check this shit
also
out.
get a boar out there. Ooh, he's going out. That's fine. Really? We're just gonna pretend that that's not bullshit.
What? Going for a walk. Oh my god. Check it out.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty solid. Oh, and Fox. That's
Dude,
interesting.
you played that crazy. Thank you, brother.
But he's doing this all on one base. Oh no, here it is. He's still doing it on a lot less, fewer bases than I am.
I mean, my God, Aaron.
I'm pretty sure I could just push, to be honest.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you see that?
It's yeah,
Fucking skill, dude.
very nice. One of us is doing pretty good.
Oh, looks like I'm not even gonna need to play.
You know what? Here, it's over to you. Aaron's playing now. Check this out. You're gonna love it.
Exactly the right time.
You didn't.
At least I'm really good at this.
I think we're pretty good when you play the bass line.
You're gone, Fizz John Hill. Okay.
I can just kill you right now. Let me try this. Really?
You're well-fientarsi.
So we've both gone from multiple tier 3s,
I'm learning.
which is
Fish put
curious.
Okay.
I wonder if he's got them all out.
Good.
Yep, seems so.
Everyone's still listening out there?
Look.
Let's wait for the wolf.
Okay.
Sergeant Volkov. Oh, but you're getting a bit ahead of the rest of the army there. You probably have built some pigeons. You know, like a pigeon. That'll do.
This is the one. This is the one. Danny and Aaron.
Look.
There we go. That was a good kill. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I'll stop to kill this turret. This time he doesn't win the base race, no way.
Because it's with my friend Dan.
No, let him starve. I'm not feeling kind tonight. Alright, match point. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. What you gonna do about it? Setting myself up for failure here. Okay, what am I doing? I haven't actually gone L yet, so let's do that. Let's just play super standard. Throw him off. Okay, last game. Win or lose. Okay. This is a greedy map. Fuck. Oh.
Нет, voyage.
Maybe even forget to die. They wrap you up in bloody sheets to drop you 6 feet on your knees. They put you in a pine wood box and cover you up with dirt and rocks. It all goes well for about a week, and then your coffin begins to leak, and the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout. They eat your eyes, they eat your nose as you begin to decompose. A slimy beetle with demon's eyes chews through your stomach and out your
Yeah, too many mines, boy.
and pours out
like melted cheese. You spread it on a slice of bread, and that's what you'll eat when you're dead. And the worms crawl out, the worms crawl in, the worms that crawl in are lean and thin. The ones that crawl out are fat and stout. Your eyes fall in and your hair falls out. Your brain turns into maggot pie. Your liver starts to liquefy. And for the living all is well as you sink further into hell. The flames rise up to drag
Okay,
you
it's going
down
pretty well.
into the fire where you will drown. Your skin melts off as you descend, and Satan tears you limb from limb. Your suffering will never end, and the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. They'll eat your guts and then shit them out. And when your bones begin to rot, the worms remain, but you do not. So don't ever laugh.
Right, the ball. Time for me to get some skulls. Get some snake time. Snakes and mines, those are my answers.
John Fizz John Healer.
The owl will help as well. Oh, he's got his own owl.
Yolo Talia. Kilo Yotiem Sien. Kivo. Kongi.
Probably just attack now that I've got my owl out.
Lojlot.
Before his comes out.
Baharsh.
There we go. I think we just won. Woo! GG. Came down to the wire, but well done. GG Proto. Oh, okay. I need to end the stream there then, as you might have figured. But I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you all tomorrow for the Pocket Pot Cup. And I mean, until then, thanks for coming and have a good night. GG's Proto. See you next time.